Hello everyone. Today I'm wanting to make a stand-up paddleboard out of plywood. This is what I have, so I'm loosely modeling after that. I won't give it rounded rails, it'll be completely square because I don't want to have to mess with trying to figure out how to do that. This is my preliminary sketch of what it should look like for the it'll taper here, how long. It'll be about 10 feet long and 30 inches wide, and then here the top will be completely flat. There'll be just this little bit of rocker here in the nose, and then just a little bit here in the tail. Let me see, 4 inches of rocker in the nose, I think, and I'm not sure, I can't read what I wrote. 2.5 inches in the tail, I think that says. Anyway, and then I'm gonna do this little cut back thing just because I think it looks cool and I think it might help it be better in the water. So what I'm doing here is these pieces of cardboard represent a 4x8 sheet of plywood. And so what I'm doing is trying to see how many sheets I need to buy and how I can fit it all together. So obviously, since I'm using I want to make it 10 feet and I'm using plywood, which comes only in 8 feet that at the hardware store. I have this section here which will complete the extra 2 feet. So that's what this is it's me seeing how it would look cutting it out of another piece of plywood. And then the real thing, I'll make this edge all the way to the edge of the plywood, so then I can fit the other nose piece up kind of like that. This here will be what I'll make the rails out of, and then I'll cut an extra bit to make up the rest of the curve. And then so I have plenty left over here, and so it looks like I will only need 3 sheets, one for the top and one for the bottom, then a third one to fill in the extra amount, and then I'll just use the extra here and whatever extra I might have from over here to put sort of like a lattice or honeycomb or something kind of support in the middle. These pieces of paper are what I use to make it symmetrical. Did that, traced it, flipped it over, traced it. I'll see you back whenever I start working on the actual thing. Hello. Now I'm beginning to lay out on the plywood the cuts I need to make. I'm going 5 inches in from the side. I'll continue that up in a minute. "15 inches in will be the center line. Another 15 will be the other edge. have my sketched out thing, whatever it's called, this plan. And I've measured 8 inches over from the center line because that's what I've guessed I want a good width of the tail to be. And up there I've measured the halfway point. So I'm loosely going to make sketches, and I mean I'm gonna have the center point, the widest point, be around the center. I'm not sure exactly what's best for what purpose, but I think that seems reasonable. Well, here you can see I've started defining the rocker on this part right here will be the rail. And so this is going to be the tail. And I'm going to this is 2.5 inches of rocker in the tail. And just by guessing, I feel I have it extend here. Not sure how far that is. I'll do the same thing on the nose, and then I'll repeat it on another rail. Now I have my paper laid out with the outline and a cat, and so now I'm gonna go in, and as you can see the line is real sketchy, and I'm gonna stand back, get a broad view, and come in and try to. I have a lot softer pencil, so then I'll try to define the line more specifically, and then I'll cut that out, and then I can do, the next steps. Here's my refined outline. And I realized that I made a mistake with putting the tail rocker in down here, because since this piece of plywood of course is only 8 feet long and I need it to be 10 feet long, I would have to put a joint right here, and it's in the middle of a curve. And so the way I'm going to do the joint is just do a butt joint and then put a strip of plywood behind it to reinforce it. So instead of putting the joint up here in the nose, I'm going to put it all the way back here in the tail, where you can see it's relatively straight along here. So I'll have to change that. I have half of the outline traced. I laid out the front rocker. It's going to be a 4-inch rocker. And then I brought it back to 30 inches here with a gradual curve to it. Then over here, I'll come along and trace the other side.